Yeah, someone bit me on my eye. I can't believe I lost. I threw away a German coin. Unbelievable. See, that makes me pissed off at them landlords, man. And me fucking sweeping and doing all this shit and they don't show up. Look, Batman.
Well, it could have fallen yesterday.
It did. Batman fell off. I'll tell you what, the glue, when you use it right, like, feel that.
No, I don't want to.
Don't ever bump into this, because if it goes in
I
you,
know. I don't want to
get
touch
out.
it at all. Don't ask me to touch something I don't want to touch.
No, shut up. I could stick my finger right in your...
You better knock it off.
I'll stick my finger right in your... Who's with me? I like this girl right here. You ever watch her? I don't watch girls, but watch this girl. Look at her, the things she does. Like, she's got really good videos. She's like the transition queen. No, she's really good content though.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I like her content.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Does she have naked in her content too?
No, she does. She doesn't do it like girls like this. She does content with her stuff.
Yeah.
It just pops up in my feed.
A pretty face is not considered content.
Did you share this?
I just did.
Okay. Now you just shared it?
If you're going to type that you love me, say you love me, not yeah. I don't like that shit.
Who's out there with me, guys? I had to go see my dad real quick. Something bit me on my face right here on my way home. I don't know what the hell bit me. Text D and say, I'm going to probably need to see you in a couple hours, man. Be like, I'm gonna need a front or whatever, because I can't.
Here, I'll let you do it in a second. I'm not doing all that shit.
I'm just tell him to stash me something in the spot.
Here, you're about to text them yourself in a second.
Who's with me, man? Talk to me, Jesus saves. I lost one of my German Third Reich coins when I was sweeping yesterday. I guess it fell on the floor. I'm going to go individually through every bag of trash to find that. That's Third Reich money. That's rare. I mean, it's probably only $25 to a collector, man, but it's just a principle. I got a lot of little coin things. My buddy Ray's all mad at me I didn't drive out there. I thought he was getting us a train ticket, man. Remember I said I don't fly and we were talking? I don't want to drive. I don't want him to be mad at me because he'll beat me up. Ray would fuck me up. I mean, if there's work and shit, baby, man, you gotta have some work out there, man. Look, this pen, we haven't even damaged it yet. What are you guys up to? I'm just hanging out, man. I was trying to go pull some work with my dad. He said he was taking it easy. He's a good guy. I like seeing my dad. I couldn't go over there yesterday because the landlords wanted to do a walkthrough and never showed up. They tried to surprise us the other day. I didn't let nobody in the house. When I'm paying you, I'm paying all the utilities and all the bills here. You just don't call me 10 minutes like you got to get in my unit here. It doesn't work like that. Read the tenant laws.
I told them 4 years ago, 2-day notice, or don't even bother.
I can't believe I lost one of my Third Reich coins.
You can text whoever.
Yeah, because we're going to need some buds later. I just seen this message. I'll probably grab one later. I'm busy now. I hope you've been doing well. Comma. Also, can you get the THC pens? I'll call my main boy. He probably supplies all these guys and we don't even know it. I want to get my dad one. That's why I miss you. I just ran into Mario at the gas station. He's a friend of mine. I was going to go do jobs with him, but my dad and my Uncle Ed told me not to. Hit it, baby. They're always two and pass when you hit with that. That's why I bought that $25. Hold on a second. I gotta mute this. My aunt's telling me to call him. My bad. That was my weed guy. And also he's got some silver coins he wants to sell. Guys, stock up on silver coins because if we go to war tomorrow, your money's worthless. All you gotta have stacks of money, all this money in the bank, it's not gonna count. You better hope you've been collecting silver coins like I have. In the Bible, Judas didn't get paid with 30 paper bills with George Washington's face on it. He got 30 pieces of silver. Remember that. I hope you guys get a notebook and write down what I just said. What did Judas get paid in? He didn't get paid in that paper money. That's an excuse, guys. It's window shopping. It's a hustle. Don't get me wrong. Of course, you need money in this day and age, but you need to collect silver. And if we go to war or anything happens, silver will skyrocket. It'll be worth 10 times as much. That's why everybody's buying gold and silver. And I don't like buying them from the pawn shops because they sell them, they fake them. He said he stashed it in the spot for me.
I know, I heard him.
Something bit me on my eye. What are you guys up to? Whatever happened to that lady, Dory? She stopped stopping in our chats. Last time I seen that lady, she sent me a $220 PayPal. I haven't seen her since.
$222.22 last year.
Yeah.
It was 222.
You gotta stop sending JJ links too. It pisses him off.
Well, then I guess he's gonna have to.
Whatever happened to Katie?
I don't know.
Where all these people go?
Shit out of me.
I hope you're doing well. If you want to burn one today, let me know. What you guys up to? I got this THC pen, but it's kind of strong. Rachel lost some weight yesterday, huh? Or the other day?
Yeah.
I just seen it in her profile pic too, because I'm looking through Facebook. Whatever happened to Lou Rock?
Couldn't handle it, I guess.
No, streaming they all all the streamers like Dr. Fish, man. Even when Go Donnie stopped in my chat, Dr. Fish streams for money like a streamer's supposed to. You know, they know what I do. I haven't heard from Mike in a while either. Any fishing coming up? I hope you're doing well. Do you do side work on vehicles? Buddy Ray's all mad at me. I didn't drive to Tennessee. I thought he was going to buy us a train ticket.
I ain't driving that far.
I love you, buddy. Let's develop a game plan. I wasn't bullshitting. Meredith really doesn't want to drive all the way to Tennessee and back. Whatever happened to Rig? I see her picture here. She looks good in that picture, man. I've always liked her. She's a real nurse. There's a lot of women that pretend to be nurses on YouTube, but Rig was a real nurse. Every time I've asked that lady a medical, who was a real nurse? Mills. I used to ask her medical, even though I don't talk to her. I texted her right now. She would give me great advice. Mills is the smartest lady on YouTube out of all the ladies. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but you can tell. That woman's smart as shit. He said he'd be home in like 45 minutes. We can go grab that real quick. I don't know if I want that pizza later. I might scrape everything off of it. Yeah, that shit fucked my stomach up, didn't it? I'm trying to think of somewhere where we could go do wash today. I might ask my mom, because if she says yes, we'll bring your PlayStation with us. You could stream right there. I could use one of the phones. She don't care if I stream. My mother supports my streaming because she's clicked in my chats and seen me do some crazy shit. They all support. They're all coming around. They see what I really do. They see us pulling up in new cars. They believe in us. I was talking about the Bible with my dad, man. He's sharp. He was saying that balloon thing was mentioned in Revelation. We got to get to a Bible study. I got to go get baptized soon. Will you go to that? I have to. Jesus even got baptized, even though when you're a little kid or whatever, but you have to do it as an adult. It's called being born again. Well, Jesus was God and got baptized. He humbled himself. How you gonna baptize God? There's a reason. If Jesus did it, I have to do it. There's this guy named Andy. I'm gonna ask him to do it. I want to see if he still's got a church. I would like to start going to church. A good church with people you learn from that are born again believers that preach the same thing I do. The blood of Jesus, power and praise, the Holy Spirit to guide you. Like, they don't always hear that in churches. They be telling you fairy tales. They be trying to tell you everything but the truth. Dame ese cigarrillo. Who's out there with me? Talk to me, guys. I got to go get like a little side cooking job, even though I have money and we're about to get paid again in like a week. I go cook cheesesteaks up the road. I can't believe I threw away one of my Third Reich coins, man. That's from 1933 or 43. You know that coin, man? Adolf Hitler could have held that coin. It's from that's their money. Adolf Hitler could have held that coin. Just like that 1867 two-piece dollar, somebody really famous could have held that. Yeah, that's one of the best coins I have. That's not gold and silver. That's a Civil War era coin. I collect coins too. I'm glad Derek's got some peace dollars, man. Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy like one or two of them. I only want to give him like 20 for them though. But silver coin, an ounce in coin form is worth $32. But if you go to a pawn shop with any of them, they'll try to give you $7. But if it was a gold coin, they'd be giving you $700. Gold's where the money's at. I went to go pawn all my watches the other day just to have extra money, you know what I mean? Even though I have money. That guy is such a fucking scammer.
He is.
And he's not even good at it. The collectibles I
think he's
had.
going out of business because
my collectibles are way. I'm more knowledgeable than that man. He's the kind of guy that tries to get dummies that come in there, and it just didn't work out for him. You know, I don't like these pawn shops out here. I understand they got to make their money and shit, but like, don't fucking sit there and lie to me. I learned how to hustle from my dad. He taught me very well where I don't need anybody or anything. But that's why I hate when people try to do that shit to me, man. Yeah, my buddy Ray's all mad at me and shit. I guess he misunderstood what I was saying. Didn't I have a coffee?
Yeah.
In the Bible, it says, a bird shall not wander from its nest as a man shall not wander from his place. I just can't jump up. Even though I got a couple grand on me or whatever, I can't just jump up. We'll come back broke. What all the bills do. That's all, you know. I'm trying to be a dick. A little warmer in New Jersey. Who's out there with me? Talk to me. I always get lurkers, huh? Don't worry, guys. We'll be doing a lot of fishing videos and marine biology videos soon. And do way better on clips and views like that, but you don't make 99 cents doing it. Who's out there? Talk to me. You heard Derek say I'm a scammer, and they were trying to scam me. He started laughing because he knows I'm a hustler. Derek knows I'm a hustler. That's why he fucks with me. I like that guy. He's one of the most reliable guys I've ever met in my life. I could have told him I'm on the side of the road. Something happened. I'm on my way, Dustin. It's the kind of friend you want. How much do I owe you for the tow? Oh man, you don't owe me nothing, man. That's called a real friend. And not just like a bud guy. He's a real friend, man. He saved my ass with that Jetta that night, or we just fucking that car would have still been there. It charged us like $180 to tow us that far. He was like, I'll come over. What up? You heard him. I want him to get up on saving silver, though. Like, these guys are not listening to me, man. Your money will be worthless, guys. Hope you have a lot of jewelry and coins and shit. It will be worthless. You could have $1,000 on you, all $100 bills. And if something happened in that world, man, you could have 10 peace dollars on you and eat for months. Why do you think they stopped making the coin silver? Do you know why they stopped making the coin silver? Because people would basically take a tool, they're called dikes, and they would cut little chips out of every coin, then go buy something and they would put it in little jars because it's silver. That's why one of the main reasons they stopped making the coins out of the silver, because the population started getting smart. They were like, well, you know what? Here, let me cut a little chunk out of this coin because it's silver. That's one of the main. They were starting to get smart and do that and mess up the currency, so they switched it to cheaper metals. One of the best metals you can collect, even if you have a big change jug, the Deer Park jugs, keep all your nickels, because the alloy in the nickel is worth the money. It's usable. I've been collecting coins for years. I have all kinds of different coins. Yeah, but if Derek got some, he got some silver, I'll buy it. I need to get a digital scale. Just so I can weigh the silver stuff. Hey, how you doing, B2K? Appreciate you stopping in, man. God bless you. That was actually a serial killer's name, B2K. It stands for bind, torture, and kill. That's what BTK stands for. It was a serial killer in America. Real sicko, I don't like them or nothing. I just, when I study in psychology, I had to learn basically how to profile these guys. It'd be the regular guys. Well, that could be your initials. Oh, I know. I know. I'm just telling because I'm from New Jersey. I'm 38. My real name's Dustin. Dr. Fish is a name I acquired from being a fish expert 25 years ago, performing surgical procedures on fishes. That's why I acquired the name Dr. Fish, and I outfished everybody. Never been outfished. There was only one person to tie me in almost 25, 27 years. Never got outfished. Ever. Going fishing with me using one of my poles at my spot with my bait and me having you rig you up and stuff that, we weren't fishing to show off that day. That day I caught that state record I was showing off. He was out there with me. That's cool. He's got some silver peace dollars. I was trying to get some Mercury dimes from my mom because I gave her some before. I just gave her like 25 Buffalo nickels, remember? Buffalo nickels aren't really worth money, though. The older original ones are. A lot of the Buffalo nickels don't have the date on them. Who's out there with me? This guy wanted to buy the coins off me. Here, what is it? My thoughts on the COVID thing, it's over, really. It's basically the flu with a good publicist. It's a virus to basically control the world, Got to have the world in panic. They wanted to see how fast they could lock down the world. COVID is a RNA virus. That's why it has RNA in it. Corona. It's an RNA virus. Very treatable. It's not good to have asthma and be overweight and catch COVID. COVID's over with. Hopefully. I believe it was a con a little bit, but they wanted to see how fast they could lock the world down. And when you create panic, the best way to attack a population, other than with nuclear weapons or invading them, is to get them sick. Use science to fight them. They all get sick. It creates panic. I know. I'm not even vaccinated. I'm not taking no vaccination where the magnet sticks to you. I'm not taking in America, we have a choice. They can't make us do anything in America. I could be in
For a job they can.
I can be on a job. They can mandate it. which is, I don't agree with that either. Where are you from? What country are you from? Make sure you check out my science channel, man. I'll drop a link for you. They are sick all the time because, according to nanotechnology, they can inject you with certain things with nanoparticles that store basically like explosives, and all of a sudden they can press a button. Because of nanotechnology, they can press a button and kill you as long as you've been in. You don't know what they're shooting in you. It's basically like a bomb, basically. Then all of a sudden, when they press that button, it can kill you because you have it in you. That's another thing I'm kind of worried about.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Nanotechnology is the future.
Movies like that.
Yeah, they showed it in a movie what they could do. What was that movie called?
Something about the moon.
It was called I don't know, but the girl in the movie ended up, they were time traveling. The girl in the movie ended up being his granddaughter.
Yep.
Remember, the military, all the militaries in the world are supposed to stay 40 to 60 years ahead of the population. Like, robotics are the future. You ever see that movie, The Terminator? That's going to be our downfall. They even asked one of those artificial intelligence, how's man going to evolve? And they showed us evolving into robots. You know? Oh, you're from the UK? What's that, Ukraine, right?
United Kingdom.
Oh, United Kingdom. I'm sorry. Well, the United Kingdom is the Ukraine, right?
No.
Geography, even when
England. The UK, United Kingdom, England. Just remember that.
I tell you what, we go to war, like Russia started something or China. Those boys right there, B2K, would probably be in a uniform side by side. America fights with Britain. Let Russia try to invade or do something to Britain like that, and watch what happens. It would piss off the Japanese and the Americans so much they don't even need to call NATO. If Great Britain was under attack right now, America would send everything they got, and they would probably nuke the country attacking them. They are Americans, basically, the United Kingdom. They don't fuck around. America will die with them. They're the only ones to ever burn down the White House. They're the only country to ever invade the United States, is Britain. They actually burned the White House down. I talked about that yesterday. Then an act of God, all of a sudden a bad storm came and it rained and it put out the fire. I talked about it. Yeah, but Russia's no joke. Putin's a strong leader. I actually respect Putin, but they don't like Americans around the world. I mean, you got transgenders running around and like, I have nothing wrong with, like, I'm a born again Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. But it was weird watching them talk and try to justify how they really are a woman now. You know, I don't like that stuff.
Some kids identify as cats now, and they have to keep litter boxes.
You know, in the United States, the only name that you're not allowed to name your kid is King. That's the only name in the United States that you cannot name your kid.
That's a lie. My friends just had a son and named her King.
I'd have to research it more. But that's according to my research.
You fucking asshole.
Oh, yeah, bro. That virus is bad, buddy.
You said 2 hits. I just took 2 hits. You took 1.
That virus stuff is no joke. Glad to have. Let me turn you blue, man. You could be one of my managing moderators. I like new people. And I like your conversation. Oh, that's one of your names? Well, Mare just said one of her. See, you can't always believe everything you read on the internet. Even becoming a marine biologist, all my stuff comes from reading and memorizing college books. You got to read the books too. A lot of people don't read books anymore, and it makes their grammar weak. It's good to read, guys. Try to read at least a book a week. I used to read a book every day. Well, depends on how interesting the book was. The only book I've ever sat down and completed in one day was that book White Fang. That was a great book. The way Jack London described them wolves running and you felt like you were amongst the pack. Jack London's a good author. Very good author. Reading is very important, But so are computers. Computers are I said, because I make a fortune. Computers are the future. Yeah, reading is very important. You have to read. I have a lot of people come in here and try to discuss the Bible with me, and the Bible's fake, the Bible, and they never read it. Jesus is God according to the Christian Bible. He's one of three. He's not just the Son. He's not just the Son of Man. He wasn't just the sacrifice. He's also the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same is in the beginning with God, is what Scripture reads. They don't read, and it pisses me off. Or you get these guys that stop in, oh, I'm a spiritualist. Let me take everything out of the Bible, but accept how Jesus is God. Don't ever miss that part that Jesus is God. They mention it in many books. I'm not here to beat you down in case you're not a Christian, because only other religion I respect is Islam. Because real Islam people are not about violence. Islam means submission. The Quran was written 560 AD. What's unique about the Quran is, too, it kind of has an extraterrestrial sense to it, and it shows certain things. The Bible's not flawed. You need to be taught it properly. It's not flawed. That's one book that's not flawed. The science, I'm a scientist. The science in the Bible has never been discredited. None of it. It doesn't contradict itself. You got to read all the books to understand what it's really saying. There is no contradictions, nothing in it. It's not flawed. And the Bible wasn't written by men. It was written by God through men. I used to think the same things, brother. You know what I mean? Islam, I don't know. I don't agree with it. They steal all the Bible's prophets. It's written 560 years after the Bible. And Elijah Muhammad didn't start having visions in that cave till he was 40 years old. And a lot of people say he wasn't really a good guy. He was like a raging alcoholic. Remember, he had who appeared to him? An angel of light. Gabriel appeared to him, the messenger. Who else can disguise himself as an angel of light? Lucifer can. He was the anointed cherub. Lucifer disguised himself as an angel of light. This is in the Bible, and he went to heaven, and none of the other angels recognized him. Only God did. So you don't think he can trick Elijah Muhammad? You got to look at all of it. He tricked the angels in heaven. None of the angels knew that it was Lucifer. Only God did. Did you know that? There's satanic symbolism on everything. I started studying the satanic symbolism. It made me a stronger Christian. From the bite of the apple off my Apple devices, to me streaming from a square box, to graduating from school wearing a square cap. It all has a meaning. Judges wear black robes for a reason. There's a meaning behind it. You drive your Honda down the road, man. It's a meaning behind it. That Toyota Corolla logo, you turn it upside down because Satan likes to turn things upside down and backwards. That's the the female reproductive system. You drive a Dodge, that's Baphomet. That's the goat demon. You know, it's sick. It's not. It's all venerating. They call it a Luciferian doctrine. I've studied this stuff very thoroughly. I'm actually going to go back and get a degree for the Bible, so I know more. Because I was talking to somebody yesterday with 2 master's degrees and got humbled. You know what I mean? I hear you, man. I'm here to guide you, man. That's what they want. That's what the world wants you to think. You know what I mean? But, that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. But that's what the world wants you to think. They don't recite knowledge. You don't hear preachers speak how fish is speaking. It's the blood. They'll never teach you about that blood of Jesus. You know, half of all the alien abductions, people being abducted by aliens, when they called on the name of Jesus, it all stopped. Ironic, huh? All the logos and stuff all represent Satan, not ducks. All the music, you know what I mean? Love is love and God is love. I just love the Lord. I'm pro Jesus. I've watched, when I was a little boy, I was in a diaper and I walked out in the middle of traffic. You know what I mean? I don't believe in aliens either. I don't believe it's intergalactic extraterrestrial biological entities. Even all religions, as you talk about, discuss interdimensional, non-human, demonic entities. God's not extraterrestrial. I believe he's interdimensional. And it's ironic, even in the Bible, the watchers, they'll try to make the watchers like they were different from the angels. No, they distort the Bible. They don't really read it. There's accounts where the gray aliens are really controlled by insectoids that look like praying mantises that actually abduct us because they want to know why we have a soul. And Jesus in one of the Gospels made a unique comment in one of those verses. He said, I got to protect my sheep of this fold and this pen and of other pens. It makes you think like he has other creations other than the animals and things on earth. And I believe that if there are extraterrestrials, I believe they are interested in Earth because what is unique about Earth? What covers 71% of Earth is the ocean. Water is rare in the universe. Out of all the planets we see, even the Milky Way galaxy, we can't prove that there's water on any of them, even Mars. They did find actually a little bit of water on Mars, actually. But water is rare in the universe. There's actually gold in seawater. It's called atomic gold. You actually, if you had the right setup, you could actually just filter gold right from seawater. A lot of people don't tell you this kind of stuff. There's gold in seawater. It's called atomic gold. And you got to remember how fast the earth is spinning, all the metals and the core and stuff covered by water. There's something they're not telling us, man. I believe in the Einstein-Rosen bridges. I believe that you can bend space and time and get from one point to another one if you have the point of origin, but it's more like teleporting. It's not time travel. Time is irrelevant, you know? Oh, another proven fact, brother. Every astronaut that has went to space has said they have seen something. They hide this from us. You have to study this stuff. They hide it. Look up what all the astronauts say they've seen. Every astronaut that's been to space has seen something. They talk about it thoroughly. They're trying to shoot something down to reverse engineer the technology. So what are they shooting down? It always, if demons and Jesus is real, what are they shooting down? What are they not telling us? There's definitely something out there. They believe the moon's hollow, and the moon was also brought here. They say the moon's hollow. They believe it might be a spy device. I mean, Joe Biden's the worst president of the United States I've ever seen in my life. This guy is horrible. God bless him, his son, his family. I hope they make it to heaven. Jesus saves, but this man is not a good leader. I could be a better president than that. I'm a certified speaker, man. I had to get up and speak in front of fucking all kinds of people. You know, that stuff bothers me, man. This guy is not a good president. I'd rather have Putin as our president than this guy. Might as well just let Putin be our president. I'm sure we could help him with his little Ukraine problem right now. And our buddies in NATO. When we go to war, it's India, China, they're all going to team up against us. It is all controlled. Putin even said that. You know, Putin made a comment. The president realizes who's really in charge when them guys in the black suit show up. This stuff's well documented. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. This isn't conspiracy to me. This is common sense, what's going on. There's definitely something going on. 100%. Your money, you go pull $100 bill out. If we went to war, you might as well. They show movies where they light their money on fire to keep warm because it's really irrelevant. He cannot complete a sentence at all, B2K. I was just talking about that earlier. The man cannot complete a sentence. Which is scary for America. America's like a declining superpower right now. America's gave the Syrians weapons. They're supplying the Ukraine. They're not supplying Americans with it, where they should have not a building like a church where everybody meets up, man, and they all bear arms and they're part of the government, and it would just make everything stronger, and they make the gun laws easier, but you have to go shoot them at certain places, and you're taking like your own little courses and stuff and sticking together. Yeah. The United States, but I will say this about the United States. The UK is the United States, bro. The UK is the United States. And the United States is the UK. Remember that. They're like this. Britain is our main, strongest ally, then Japan. We're all together, all three of us. That's our main. No, we are not fucked. America will fuck them all. America is strong. And I'm not saying this because I'm an American. If I was any other country, I'd be scared of America. We've been around for 244 years and can't go 15 years without a war. You know why America lost Vietnam? Because they didn't really want to win it. They really didn't want to win Vietnam. That's one reason they lost. What are they really going to win? It was like window shopping over there. They didn't want the communists to get out. They didn't like it. And don't ever think Britain and the United States and Japan are fucked. That's what Hitler thought. And he occupied 20 countries. He occupied 20 countries at that time, and that was the greatest world war. Hitler used to think the same thing until the Americans showed up. The Americans beat them all. It's all funny. Everybody, all the countries talk shit until our president sends a picture of their house and be like, "Well, you do the math of what's going to happen." You know what I mean? That the United States needs a stronger president. That's all. And they need to get a little tighter with China. Because I'll tell you what, if we were as tight with Britain as we are with China, you know what I mean? Because I'll tell you what, if Donald Trump was our president right now, there'd be more jobs. Our economy would be better. That Ukraine shit would have never happened. And him, Joe Biden, or excuse me, Donald Trump and Mr. Putin would have went and did business elsewhere. I mean, look what we were doing in Syria. Look what we did to these other countries, though. So don't act like just Russia being in the Ukraine's like, it's a bad thing or whatever, but don't act like America didn't do it for 20 years in the Middle East, looking for weapons of mass destruction that weren't there. So why were they there? Ironic how after that war starts, or for that 20 years, we have a opioid pandemic, right? Where do you think that stuff comes from? They have more poppy fields than and opium more than anywhere in the world. I think I would classify myself as a Republican. I really am. I'm not Democrat. I really think, and I'm not a liberal. I would say I was a Republican. I agree with the Republican Party. I guess I am a Republican. And I'm not real big on politics, man, but this is a scary time to be American with the president because he's weak, man. They need to get rid of this guy. I was going to join the Navy for because it's a cutoff. You can join the Navy at 39 and I'm 38. I was going to go for a little while till I started studying the Chinese Navy. And then some Chinese guy said it's simple. The one with the more, well, they said boats, which is wrong. So it probably wasn't Chinese because they don't make mistakes like that. They're not boats. They're ships. There's a difference between a boat, a ship, and a yacht. Remember that. And that's how fast when on the water, it's always knots. It's not miles per hour. So if you were going, a knot is 1.15 miles per hour. So if you were going 20 knots, you got to times 20 times 1.15, and that's how fast you're going to go. I know if they start, well, then I get shipped off, and I tell you what, I'll come back. I'll make it. I go in the military. I'm going to be a medic. It's a toss-up, and I didn't want to go in the military, but if I did, I wanted to go for explosives or a medic. I wanted to be the guy that could do all the all the governments are corrupt, but they are all scared of America, bro. America is the only country to ever use weapons of mass destruction. They killed 315,000 Japanese people in a blink of an eye. They sent, you know what America does? They send one plane. That's messed up, though. They dropped them bombs. That war was over. But what's unique about Pearl Harbor is they evacuated a lot of them ships the day before or hours before. A lot of them ships were vacant. And it's kind of like Pearl Harbor was planned in a way. It's like they wanted the Japanese to attack so they could test out their weapons on a population. Do you know that? If I was you know what I mean? Me being a scientist and I was developing things like that, I would want to test it on a population. They need to start giving the billions to China, which they owe money to, and our own population. Yeah, brother, but don't ever be scared being in the United Kingdom. You guys are a superpower. Nah, you're not fucked. You're Great Britain. You're one of the strongest countries in the world, bro. You guys could beat Russia yourself. I'd take you guys over Russia. If you guys had it, if they were trying to evade you and it was just you guys fighting, you would beat Russia. Great Britain's no joke, man. I'm more scared of Great Britain being pissed off at the United States than, even though they're our best ally, they're like our brother. You know what I mean? But don't ever be scared being from the United Kingdom. You do have the power. You guys have the weapons and the cruise missiles and other things. And you have your buddies, the United States. It's too small. That's why you guys call your buddy. You call us. America and the Japanese would send every single plane they had for you guys. Then they get their buddies in NATO to all send their planes too. Let them try some shit to Great Britain today and watch what happens. And that war would start today, be over in 2 days. That would piss America off something awful. If they did some shit like they're doing to the Ukraine to Great Britain, shit. Great Britain would nuke their ass. You guys might be small, but you're powerful. And you have powerful friends. I believe Israel's your ally too. They're a superpower. You guys got a good seat at NATO too. Don't ever. Great Britain's a superpower, bro. Don't ever be scared living in the United Kingdom, ever. They won't use those kind of bombs that close to home either. It's going to be a land invasion. Don't ever be scared being from Great Britain. You guys are superpower. You guys would fuck them up. They're struggling with the Ukraine. Do you think they would do that to Britain? No, they would not. That guy, what is that, prime minister? That guy grabbed that phone and be like this. Yo, Biden, man, they messing up, dude. Yeah, dude, I don't know what to do. This is exactly how the phone call would go. Yeah, I don't know what to do, Mr. Biden. Yeah. Yes, this is I'm in Great Britain. Yeah, they're trying to mess with us. And Biden be like, all right, hold on, let me get the emperor on the phone. Listen, I talked to him. The United States Navy's on the way. The SEALs are on the way. I'm gonna send the 82nd Airborne. Yo, they would get fucked up, dude. The United States has more. The United States has so many planes. The United States has so many planes, we don't have enough people to buy or to fly them. That's why we give them to the Ukraine. That's what's pissing everybody off. I hear you, but you guys are, it's better than other countries in the world. Don't America would be right there for you guys, and so would Japan. The Japanese are no joke, bro. They're one of our main allies, bro. Japan. Yeah, pissed Canada off too. Mexico would join us. They all would join, bro. Up with America. You're the only country in the world that's ever invaded America and burnt down the White House. Well, it stopped burning because of an act of God, the history books read. Glad you stopped in, man. Good conversation. Yeah, but don't ever be scared living in Great Britain, dude.
Come on, man.
But I don't live there. I'm going by stats and statistics. Statistically showing your country is a powerhouse, man. You got to go with what they say. They don't want us to. You can't have a bunch of people running around in guns, man. You got these people shooting up schools or jumping out with road rage. I understand it's the right to, and the Constitution reads, no matter what you did, you should bear arms. That you can't have the sheep running around all with M16s then get pissed off. You can't have that, brother. Makes you think, what if China, you got people pick on China this, China that. China hasn't started wars in hundreds of years. America's every 15 years. America would be one of the most hardest countries to invade too, because of the terrain, and it's all surrounded by water. Even you got the Atlantic Ocean right there. Then you got the Pacific Ocean. Then you got the Gulf of California. Then you got the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico alone is 618,000 square miles. We don't have a choice. You get caught with an unregistered firearm in the United States, record or not, man, you're getting prison time. You can't not get caught with it. That's the law over here. They don't fuck around with that gun shit, bro. Drive around with a gun and get caught with it and watch what happens if you're not allowed to carry. You know? I always thought that they were going to start a war by them nuking us and having us all in FEMA camps and let us get invaded so they kill us all. That's why I didn't want to go to a FEMA camp. You know? That's what I would do. Let them get an attack off. Oh, we got to go in martial law. Oh, each state, they all congregate like a bunch of sheep in a pen, and they end up killing them all. It'd be the best way to wipe out the population, or you get them all sick and have to quarantine them in FEMA camps, which is basically a fancy word for a concentration camp. Again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just Barack Obama when he was president, and I support Barack Obama. I really did.
He's a Democrat.
You know? But he was a good Democrat.
Yes, Biden is.
But he spent billions and billions of dollars on plastic coffins that could hold 6 people, and he also bought guillotines. It's a device used to cut off human heads and brung it on American soil. Why? I don't understand that. I always wanted to ask him why. Maybe they're setting up camps for prisoners here that try to invade, so he's prepared, you know? If Trump does get elected again, somebody's going to try to hurt the poor man. And don't get me wrong, if Joe Biden could at least complete sentences and tried to act like he had a little balls, I'd support him, man. I really would. If he had like a little bit of balls, I would support the guy. You know? Good conversation with you, man. I appreciate you stopping in. I like talking to people, but don't ever be scared being in the United Kingdom. You got the red, white, and blue behind you. All these countries talk shit until they see them United States planes show up.
It's toasty warm out there.
Put it this way, if I was Chinese or Russian or Indian, which are really strong countries, and Israel, I'd be scared of the United States.
Ouch.
The United States is the kind of, we got technology that'll shoot that shit right out of the sky. At least you see it, brother. Do you see the Luciferian doctor? This might help you become a Christian someday. Look at this satanic influence on the world. Really start looking at the logos. Everything over here is blue, and you'd have to. I gotta go to England someday, man. I always wanted to go to England. I wanted to go fishing out there. But I was scared after seeing that movie Hostel, how they kidnap Americans and sell them and shit. Americans are hated. And I'm an Italian American. If it wasn't for Italian people coming over here and fighting in that world war, man, this country probably be controlled by Hitler right now. It'd be under like the Third Reich. It really would. I don't believe the Third Reich stopped, though. I believe it transformed into the United States. You really I studied Hitler very thoroughly, and it's some scary shit with him. They were all on drugs. They were developing. America entered the war not to save Poland and all these other countries. America entered that war because they wanted the German technology. They wanted that Bell. They wanted the Germans were the first to ever develop a jet. I forget what it was called. Even the Air Force or whoever, or the American pilots, seen it fly by and were scared. They wanted that technology because Russia was the first ones in space. They sent a dog into space. They're not called astronauts. They're called cosmonauts. And cosmonauts reported seeing celestial beings out their window. What were these guys seeing? They're not making it up, because the American astronauts said the same thing. And we did not land on the moon July 21st, 1969 on the Sea of Tranquility. That's some fake shit, man. At the time, as a scientist, they had no radiation protection on their suits. When you go out of the Earth, brother, you have to go through something called the Van Allen radiation belt. And anything that goes through it burns. It's not possible to go through the Van Allen radiation belt at that time. It wasn't possible. I'm not saying it's not possible now, but look at their suits. They would have came back fried from radiation. Well, it's not that it's control tactics. They took billions and billions of dollars of American taxpayer money. They had to give them something. They had to give them something. They had to make them think that they did. They just took billions and billions of dollars from the American people. They had to come up with something. It is tactics. Very good. That's what I'm talking about. He's right. You're damn right it is. Never happened. I believe it did today, though. Now it probably has happened. Now it has happened. Yeah, but it hasn't happened before. Yeah, it is all control tactics, though. There's definitely something up with it. We owe the Chinese a lot of money, but why would the Chinese want to bomb or hurt us, though? Think like a drug dealer. Yeah, they can make everything in China, but can they sell it in China? America's the perfect consumers. They got everybody, guys running around as girls. They're so free. They can go piss and shit in the street, basically, or protest whatever they want. Or if they are allowed to carry weapons, they can walk right down the side of the road with a weapon. America is very free, but it's also very deranged. But according to history, every major empire falls. Even the Romans fell. They did the same things. I appreciate you, Tank. They're doing the same thing that by spreading themselves out too far, just like the Romans did. The Romans spread themselves out too much. You can't believe them. They're crooks in suits. You know? And I always wonder what was in Area 51. I believe Area 51 has a lot of different things. You got to remember, after that war with Germany, took 1,100 other scientists, started the CIA. Remember NASA, Nazi? That was all that. Like I told you, bro, America could not get a rocket in space if their life depended on it. They had to enter that war on D-Day. They had to go. They needed his technology. Hitler was too advanced. Then you start studying all the German scientists like Werner von Braun and all these guys. They tell you somebody was helping them. Like basically an external force was helping them, like an external factor, and they never really discussed what was helping them. Even the Egyptians were helped. They say it. The Mayans, they were all helped. The Hopi talk about some interesting things. These people were helped. That's what a shaman is. You know what shaman means? Like the witch doctors and the Native American tribes, and there's 562 Native American tribes in the United States. The shaman means to know. But I also believe it's demonic because they do something called channeling with and that's basically, I believe it's demonic possession. We're carbon-based organisms. We're perfect hosts for these interdimensional beings. It's the only thing that makes sense. Oh, they're doing every experiment. I mean, they have that thing in New York, too, called Plum Island, where the animals wash up with two heads. Cloning's been around probably for the last 40, 50 years. They've been able to clone people. Cloning's probably one of the more things that's easier for us. All you need is your DNA. I don't understand how they develop all their thoughts, though. I guess they use nanotechnology and chips. They have to use some kind of chip. But that's another thing. Just like they know more about the dark side of the moon than they know about the deepest depths of the oceans. They know the same about the human brain. They have no idea how we can think, how we know certain things, how our memory works. They have no idea how our brain works. You could be a surgeon that graduated from Harvard. He'll tell you the same thing. You have no idea about the brain. Because if we did, we'd be doing brain transplants, not putting a little chip in there so you can process things. I appreciate you lighting it up, brother. And I appreciate it, brother. Thanks for the great conversation. It really is. Let me take a pee real quick, man. I'm really got to pee, man. Yeah, great conversation, brother. Hold on, I'll be right back. Don't leave. I'm just drinking a lot of coffee. Smoke another cigarette, babe?
Yeah.
Oh, I had to pee so bad. Yeah, man, I like your knowledge too. You're very knowledgeable. A lot of people lack that. A lot of people like drama, and I was always original, creative, and explosive. Usually, as a streamer, more of an arrogant streamer, but not this streamer. This is the real me. I quit drinking and stuff. You guys are awesome. They said they put a lot of the scientists in Brazil. I learned a lot of knowledge over the years. I really have. Every ancient civilization too, they have some crazy stories. The Egyptians, man, they got some crazy stuff. Like, What was it, the Egyptians? You know who I like? The Hopi Indians. You know they sold Manhattan for $24. Because they thought it was silly. Oh, the land's not yours. The land's not yours. You know, Manhattan, like New York, Manhattan, you know what it means? Crazy. Crazy people. That's what Manhattan is. So when the Native Americans took that $24 in like the 1600s, 1700s, I believe it was the 1600s. They thought they were crazy because they didn't think the land was for sale. The land is there to protect. The Native Americans were the protectors, and this is one thing I'm not proud of. It's genocide. They killed all them Native Americans and raped their women. Every single one of them. Every tribe, everything. Yeah, they made pacts and stuff with certain of them, man, but it was genocide what happened to the Native Americans. And they never talk about it, man. Even Christopher Columbus wasn't a good guy if you study him like I did. He told that one people, if you don't, because he was obviously a sailor with his 3 ships. He told them one foreign people, if you don't do this, I'm gonna black out your moon, because he knew about the lunar and solar eclipses, man. And if you don't give me food and stuff, and they really did when it happened, they thought it was an act of God, but he just knew. Christopher Columbus was like a pirate with a good publishers. Christopher Columbus was, that's who named the Bahamas, was Christopher Columbus. It means shallow seas. You know what I mean? I'm saying. How come Bill Gates has procured everything? Listen, Bill Gates, he's a different guy, I don't even know how to respond to Bill Gates. I don't want to come up missing. A dead rat. I wouldn't trust him either, brother. And I will check out your channel, man. I really appreciate you lighting me up, man. God bless you. I like having conversations with good people. Great conversation. You're very knowledgeable. Usually these guys have no idea about this stuff. No idea. It took me years to learn this stuff. But the more I studied it, brother, the more I learned it was demonic. You don't do YouTube? You're only a chatter? Hey, it's okay. I've been streaming for a long time. I always stream. Usually I stream differently than this. I'm more of a comedian and an entertainer. Right now, I'm just wanted to hang out. And this, like I said, this is more of the real me. You'll understand. You watch a couple streams. Smoking my little cannabis oil thing I got. I think I'll go pick up some weed in a little while. I don't always like smoking them vapes, man. They're not good for you. I mean, not like smoking cigarettes and weed is, but weed's a natural plant. It's because a lot of people don't read. They've never went to college. They can't even run a monetized channel correctly. You know what I mean? Of course, they're not going to know. It's okay, though. And the Bible says, iron shall sharpen iron. We're here to sharpen each other. I got to research this balloon they shot down. What did they shot it down in Canada or something?
Yeah.
I got to go check that out. I don't pay. I stopped watching the news because all they do is lie. There's never nothing positive on the news. 18 people shot today in a shooting at a school, or drive-by shooting. 3 people shot, one of which was a 6-year-old girl. It's never positive because drama sells. Everybody clicked on there. Everybody was holding hands, talking about Jesus. The economy's doing great. Everybody would click off. They wouldn't want to watch it. Yeah, I don't watch it either. I watch movies and stuff. They've been feeding us BS for years. They really have. They've been feeding us BS for years, man. It's not even that, because I can't even hear the president now. He's mumbling. That's not the kind of president you want, man. It's scary. I'm actually very scared as like right now because of that. I really am. Country's going to shit. It really is. I was reading a message. These little vape heads are strong. Yeah, I believe he shows early stages of dementia. He loses his train of thought too easily. You'll hear about it a few years after him not being the president. They can't discredit him. He's still the most powerful man in the world right now. You got to respect him for that, even though he can't complete sentences. This guy's on TV saying how he likes to smell little girls' hair. I'm not dissing the man. Like, I support him, man. You know, I just wish I could understand him. Last thing I want to hear is a grown, like, what, 80-year-old man talking about little girls sitting in his lap smelling their hair. Like, I'm against that kind of shit. You don't see me having a little girl sitting in my lap smelling their hair. You know what they call them people? Pedophiles, man. You don't have that. You know, I can understand if it's your daughter or something. You know, your little daughter sitting in your lap, Daddy, eating ice cream with you or something. And did you wash your hair tonight, sweetheart? Or did last night? Oh, you better. And you brush your teeth when you're done that ice cream. That's how he should be talking, not fucking sniffing random people's hair. I never heard no shit like that in my life. Make sure you check out my science channel too, brother. You know, it's my other channel. I do a lot of fish biology videos. I upload rare toys because I invent my own toys. I'm an inventor. And I do a lot of science experiments. And I invent my own things over there. Make sure you check that channel out. That channel is very underrated. Right there, that's gold one. You can click on it. That's my other channel. That's my science channel. That's the real me over there. I appreciate you, man. Make sure you give some of them videos likes over there. If you know what I mean, watch them, man. Some of them videos will have you out there. I've got a lot of mixed reviews on this video. I'll drop it for you. This one right here, I've been getting a lot of comments on lately. Everything I'm saying in this video is factual, though. I'm not making that stuff up. That's factual. You got to look where you got to follow the blood and the money where Marlboro cigarettes started. Who owns the banking? Who owns most of the banking around the world? It's Jewish people. You know, I took a lot of heat over that. You know, people don't understand that. They think it's, you know, oh, you turned a pack this way. I never thought it's probably because, you know, you go to college, man. You start, how can I say this, man? You look at things differently. These guys teach you a different way to speak, a different way to write. They just helped me so much, man. They really did. I'm going back to finish certain things. And like I said, I want to go for the Bible and I want to learn. You know, it's unique. I was learning about the Hindu religion. You know, they worship 3 main gods. It's so similar to Christianity. It's never a trinity ever mentioned in the Bible either. So don't ever use that word either. It's Elohim, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Just like these fingers are on my hand, it's still one thing, right? You know? No, they're evil is what they are. Putin's getting pissed off right now, though. I will say that about Putin. He's definitely getting kind of pissed off right now. Because China has the largest army. What, they have over 2 million soldiers, but America's got almost 1.5 million soldiers. I believe China has a bigger navy than the United States, but I'm not sure. I believe the United States Navy doesn't always tell everybody what they have. I just wish they all could work it out. According to the Bible, it says that there's supposed to be a world leader. Now, imagine if a country really came into power and took over NATO and they all listened to him and not the United States. They'd be all by themselves. So that could happen. They want a one world order, a one world currency so they can control it all more. I would. Wouldn't you? Even the Bible talks about it. I like Putin. Putin's a strong leader, and Putin straight up, he didn't say it in a bad way. He didn't say it how the words I'm about to say it, but he was scared of Donald Trump. I will say that about Putin. Putin, he liked Donald Trump. That's one thing he said. He didn't say he was scared of him, but he knew that Donald Trump was no joke. You got to think, Donald Trump, when he became the president, he wasn't about it for money. He wanted the American people to know. That's why they don't want him in there. That puppet was fucking pulling the strings away. He didn't, you know, he was a rogue puppet.
Whoa.
You know?
Killed my ass.
Putin knew he couldn't do certain shit with Donald Trump because Donald Trump would demonstrate the United States military power just to show the world, so they back off. It's just like if you got in a fight with somebody and you knocked them out and they seen you fight, then everybody else wouldn't mess around. It's the same tactic. They talk about it in a lot of the religious textbooks, a one world religion that cuts off your head. The only religion that cuts off heads right now is Islam, and it's a booming religion right now. Christianity's still twice as big, though, and the fastest growing. A lot of Muslims are converting to Christianity. There's a story of a lady trying to test Allah, because in the Bible, Jesus says, test me. You know, he doesn't want you to be broke in certain things. He says, test me. You know, and so this Muslim lady, she was like, I'm going to test Allah here. I need, you know, and it didn't work. Then she did it with Jesus and it worked. Ironic, huh? It's crazy, man. The science, like I told you before, the science in the Bible has never been discredited. When Jesus was wrapped in that cloth, that linen, They cannot, science today in 2023 cannot explain how that image is still on there. Perfect. It wasn't faked. They cannot prove how it's there. The science is so advanced, they can't even, not only can't they discredit it, they can't even remake it. That's how it was. It's kind of scary in a way. What's it called? I forget what it's called. Crowd of Shiren or something. I'd have to look it up.
Stop it.
And look what they're doing. They're trying to put them chips in everybody's head right now. The Bible talks about that too. Being marked on your head and your hands. It's very unique, brother. They control every aspect. They're listening to us right now. They can listen to you through certain microwaves, bro. You don't think the CIA can do certain things? They can listen to you through your refrigerator. Trust me, man. They're listening right now. They're always listening. Every call you make anywhere in the United States, it has to go through this satellite called AVIS. So you'll never be able to hide. You know? I ain't taking any of them either. I'll just go get my head cut off. Fuck it. Because then I know the Bible is really, really, I know it's the truth, but that's what God straight up tells you. You're going to get your head cut off. Follow me till the end. It really does. That's what it says. Well, it doesn't say it like that, but you're going to get your head cut off. They're also going to send, Jesus sends, God, which is Jesus too, God the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. They're actually going to send 2 witnesses, God says. He's going to send 2 of his boys. We don't know if it's Moses and Enoch, or if it's Elijah and Enoch, or Elijah and Moses, but he's going to send 2 witnesses soon to destroy these guys. Yeah, Revelation's an interesting read. I'm not taking no chip either. They want to put it in your hand, and too. Remember in the Jetsons, they showed that where he scanned his hand? I ain't taking that shit. Yeah, I ain't taking no chip. It's control too, you know, but it's only going to last for so long. It's only going to last for so long, the control, you know, it's not going to work. Good always overcomes evil. There are people in Russia that are good people. There are people in China that don't want war with America that are good people. They're not evil people like the media portrays them, or every time you see an Islamic person, they're a terrorist. That's some Americanized shit. That's not true. Even when 9/11 happened, man, look who was the president. They were trying to see where certain money was going near for the war over there, and one of those planes just happened to crash in one of those towers right where all the accounting is. Ironic or coincidence? George Bush was a very powerful man. So was his dad because of their grandfather. Well, George Bush Sr.'s dad and Bush was his grandson. You don't think it's ironic that dad and a son were both the president? You got to look who Prescott Bush was. Prescott Bush was the guy that funded Hitler through many companies. Hitler actually had his own bank called the Union Bank Corporation. People don't know this kind of stuff. They don't follow the money. You got to follow these guys' bloodlines and their money, man. And it takes you to some scary places. Even with the Titanic, I was talking about why they don't take it up. Because it's not the Titanic. A lot of J.P. Morgan's rivals died on that ship. That wasn't the Titanic. The Titanic, they'll say, oh, the Titanic had a twin. It did have multiple twins. You're thinking of its sister, not its twin. There was another ship that was exactly like the Titanic. And they had to sink it. After they were getting rid of Tesla and everything, he had to get rid of all of his rivals. You got to follow the blood and follow the money. Oh, the Titanic's a graveyard. You can't pull it up. Now you pull it up, you're going to realize it was a different ship. No, I don't believe that they were blown up from the ground. I don't know. There's just something sinister going on, Now, I tell you what, I would rather have George Bush, even if he was corrupt, trying to do something in another country, than Joe Biden. I felt safe with George Bush. George Bush would fucking invade your country. He wasn't fucking around. I felt safe with George Bush. He might have did his little bullshit or whatever. I felt safe with him. But he was also a member of Skull and Bones, too. The only reason I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I study these guys, and it all comes back to a Luciferian doctrine. Then you see what countries and who their grandparents were and who they supported. You know what I mean? Or you look at Barack Obama's wife, and like I told you, I'm a field biologist, and her anatomy doesn't add up as a woman, man. There's certain things that are off. There was a man that said he had a steamy love affair with something Sinclair or something. There was a preacher that kept saying that about Obama. But they could be discrediting the man. A lot of people don't believe it. They think the Illuminati is a group of people. It's not what it is. Illuminati is not some club. It's more of a cult in a way you really look at it. The Illuminati is demonic. Even the Freemasons' god, they call it, their Freemasons' god's Lucifer. It's not a duck. It's made me a stronger Christian studying this stuff over the years. If the Freemasons' god, and they also say, unfortunately, I read Morals and Dogmas. Albert Pike was one of the best Freemasons ever with his books, Moral and Dogmas, Because I don't believe it's a conspiracy. It's common sense what goes on. I got questions, I think there's definitely something sinister going on. Great conversation, though, man.
You finally found a good conversation with
yeah, because this guy's got a brain.
Well, that's a first.
I don't get a lot of people with a brain over here.
I know, that's what I mean.
I really don't. A lot of these guys I talk to can't even complete sentences when they type. Or they're a troll channel or doing something else. Like they just, You know, that's nice, man. I don't always. I truthfully, I dumb myself down and used to have drinks to entertain these guys, man. I'm not gonna really do that no more. My strongest weapon is this. I actually got to dumb myself down even out in public when I speak to people or when I talk to family members or they ask me certain questions. Because my voice switches. Hold on one second. Did you feel that pen?
Yeah. And my face itches.
Oh, it's making your face itch.
No, my face just itches. I didn't say it made my face itch.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. It all goes to the Bilderberg group too. All them guys too. They're crazy because they thought John the Baptist was crazy. They thought John the Baptist was crazy. He wasn't showering, he wasn't bathing, wasn't shaving. He was eating locust and wild honey. They all thought he was crazy too. They weren't crazy, brother. And then you start studying a lot of Greek mythology and all that. All that shows is the fallen angels. That's an example of demonology, in my personal opinion. All the myths, all the stuff with Egyptians being helped, all that they were being helped, all right, by interdimensional non-human demonic entities. This little apple on this device shows the Garden of Eden where they took that forbidden knowledge. You know, it's not a gray alien with one of his eyes missing. Do you understand? They're venerating Satan right there. All of it. It's disgusting. When they go like this, man, it's not the all-seeing eye because God can see everything. It's the eye of Horus. It all venerates Lucifer in every aspect. Even Santa Claus is evil. I started selling all my Santa Claus stuff, man, when I started really learning about it. That's an interesting science thing with that. It's a part of your brain that has claws in it, and they try to say that's where Santa Claus comes from. Just how he goes down a chimney is that chemical goes down in your brain. Absolutely fascinating stuff when you get into it. It'll have you out there. You ever heard of space serpent?
What?
Whoever always hold it like this.
Stop throwing it on the floor. That's what I'm gonna do. Suck on dirt after you slobbered on it.
Shut up, ho! No, I'm just kidding.
You ain't getting it
now
back.
Watch her bounce that shit right off my head. Ah!
Yeah, maybe that's what happened to your face.
Yeah, I got bit right here.
Oh, come on. You told everybody on YouTube that I beat you every day, so.
You don't beat me. If you slapped me in my face, I wouldn't hit you back. I don't hit women, man. I might grab them to get them off me or something, you know what I mean? But I won't hit them. I'm not like that at all. Never been convicted of anything like that, ever. What's another one, man? You heard the one with the crystal skulls? Well, that's an interesting one, dude. There's some or the emerald tablets. You ever hear of them? or the Codex Gigas, Latin for big book.
Fucking prick.
It's called the Devil's Bible. It weighs like 168 pounds, written in
Dude,
one night
hate Vincent. Like, what the fuck?
by a monk. You ever heard of that? There's some interesting stuff. And from my studies, being a marine biologist, I believe mermaids are real. There's something down there. And we use sonar as a weapon. The United States Navy has the best marine biologists in the world. And they also have the best weapons in the world. And the best way to hunt in open water like that is to use a sound weapon that can travel 5 times as fast in the water than it can in the air. And a lot of cetaceans were washing up on shore showing blunt force trauma. They had like little red dots on them.
The one side's out already.
It's well documented. Fishermen have pulled up, fishermen have pulled up fishes from depths of thousands of meters with tools in them. And it's not possible for that stuff. Primitive tool use in water. So there's something down there hunting fishes with primitive tools. The science don't lie. There's definitely something down there. You got to think, man, what if a certain point of the ocean, what if the earth was really hollow in a way? What if the earth is really hollow in a way? You know, there was actually a pilot, and I'm not sure if he was in the Air Force. This was a long, long time ago, but he flew over Antarctica, and he said he flew into somewhere. This is a decorated guy. I believe he was with somebody. This wasn't somebody looking for clout or anything. He was already a well-established man, a military man. He flew into something and said the world opened up. Big Pharma is all about the money. Antidepressants, which they dish out like candy, never work. Well, you know. It is what it is. Pharmaceuticals is the future, though, brother. Pharmaceuticals is the future, though. Ain't no money like that dope money. Ask George Bush. George was over there. He was like, fuck that, man. There's weapons over here. They also got the best poppy fields, man. I mean, we can get the most heroin from over here and anywhere in the world. In Afghanistan, boy. In Iraq. All them fields. Oh, and guess what else they have? Black gold. Because the world's going to be running short on oil. The crude oil is running out. There will be no. That's why we're dealing with all electric cars. This is they need everything to be electric and stuff soon. They really do. Hey, man, I lived a good life.
Can we smoke a cigarette?
Yeah, I lived a good life. Yeah, I smoke marijuana. I have a couple Coronas once in a while, maybe a half pint of brandy. But I really quit drinking. And I don't like being the alcoholic comedian at night for fucking $2 super chats. I mean, I know I cash out every month. I'm all the way up. I can do it without using. I didn't use one tactic for money this stream and did it. Other than be myself. God bless you, brother. I love using my brain. It always helps me, babe. Every time I use my brain, it helps me. That Science Channel is so underrated. They don't want to admit it because it will expose the scam. Well, what do you think of the Vatican? I want to ask you that because I study the Bible and thoroughly. I was talking to a preacher on the phone the other day with the stream going, and I will say this because I am a preacher too. I will be someday. And I will say this. I lost my train of thought. I felt like fucking Joe Biden right there. What was I just talking about?
I don't pay attention to half the shit you talk about.
Because I'm reading what he's saying too, and it's messing my photographic memory up. They don't want to admit it. Expose this scam they've been doing for years. Yeah, weed is natural, but they're making it unnatural now. They're saying this is cannabis or just cannabis oil. I guarantee you, there's other stuff in it. It's not pure like rolling it up from that plant, like even like the Native Americans were doing. The Native Americans weren't smoking it like this. They really weren't. And like Kobe Bryant said, you could take that to the bank. He really did. Kobe. Who's with me? What were we just talking about, brother?
Marijuana, the Bible.
I lost my train of thought. I was trying to prove a point. Usually that doesn't happen and never happens in marine biology. One thing I learned about marine biology is how to grift. When you know so much, you can grift around certain things. And when you do it for so long, you don't even have to grift. Ever. Not with fishes. Natural substances is all you need. You guys got Wells catfish out there. If you're in the United Kingdom, you should go for some Wells catfish. I haven't seen a doctor in 17 years as healthy as I am. I know. I need to go. Do you know any? Or because I don't like always googling things. Like I go. How can I say this? I got to look it up. Like I want like some teas to like cleanse my body, like how the Chinese used to use. They got like special herbs and stuff. I wish I had like a teacher with that. That's one thing I was never really good with was botany. Other than being a woodsman and knowing to eat dandelions because they're 10 times the beta carotene as carrots, you know, to actually eat certain grass if you're secluded certain places where you know pesticide hasn't been put on it, to actually take if you walk by a weeping willow tree, to grab some of the willow and boil it up. It acts as Tylenol or ibuprofen. If you have a headache or a toothache, it'll help you. I learned basic stuff. I learned how to get chicken of the woods, ginseng, certain things. I learned how to set traps. If you're a good hunter sometimes and a good woodsman, you don't even need a gun. You need this. You can trap them. It showed that well in that one movie. It was a Kevin Bacon movie. I forget what it's called, but they were like whitewater rafting, and he got mad at that kid that day because he didn't catch the fish the right way. He set a trap by using his brain. And he got mad at him for that, not doing it the woodsman way, doing it the right way. But at the end of the movie, he respected that kid for his brain because he saved his life using this and his courage and his heart. I forget what that movie's called. It's a good movie, man. You know, you need B12 too. B12. You know, definitely do. So, what else you want to talk about since you got me out there? Just keep talking about it. What's your opinions on David Icke? What do you think of David Icke? I actually like David Icke. One thing I just kind of wish he was a Christian in a way. It really seems like he's caught up. everything he's talking about, he doesn't talk about the mystic schools and the satanic influence on the world and the logos and stuff. He talks about the reptilian race, the Anunnaki, which could be demonic. A lot of the UFOs you've seen, it's verified by witches that they can do it. They can have the demons do it. They're angels of light. It can appear like them. They can make themselves look like crafts. You ever see that movie, The Wraith? That was actually, you could take it. He was a spirit in that movie, a good one. You could have took it like Charlie Sheen was an angel in that movie. Imagine what the fallen angels could do. Imagine when they popped that hood, it looked all organic and certain things. It showed it in that movie. They're letting you know. They speak through these movies. Satanists are very arrogant. The Wraith wasn't really just a car. All of a sudden, it could just fly and disappear, though, right? It was demonic in a way. Not in a way it really was. The Wraith showed that exactly what a UFO is. It's angels of light. The angels of light playing tricks on you. Angels of light playing tricks on you. I used to always question everything, even jump into the Hopi Indians or the Sumerians, any of them. It all goes back to something demonic, a Luciferian doctrine, every single one of them. Even watching shows like Ancient Aliens, all they're showing is demonology. Talking about chariots of the gods and certain things when they know damn well it's demons. They're never going to find an answer for it. It's not venerating an ancient astronaut. It's all demonic. And they know it. It's kind of sad. What was it? Von Daniken, when he wrote that book, what was it called? Chariots of the Gods? You know? But the whole world's under a demonic influence. It's not ducks. Even look at that PlayStation 5 logo. Turn it upside down. What does it look like? It looks like a vagina, basically. A vagina, excuse me. When you stick it in, too, and you got the two circles right there, just like the female ovaries. They do that shit on purpose. Just like look over and see that. Toyota Corolla does it, too. I never understood why. All the signs you see, they're all blue and red, though, right? Sine waves. These guys are very clever.
Fucking asshole.
They're so clever that they can hide it in plain sight. Of course, they put chemicals on there. Keeps the pharmaceutical companies and the doctors in business, doesn't it? And the nurses. It really does. I appreciate you stopping in, buddy.
Ugh, that coffee's terrible.
Let me get something to eat, babe. Yeah, it is really refreshing. Well, if you're gonna go to school, man, I'm probably gonna go get something to eat, and I'm probably gonna go see my guy, and I'm probably gonna stream again. You know, I'll probably stream again in a little while, probably an hour from now, hour and a half. I just need to eat something. I eat something, I feel great. Ate some pizza and macaroni and cheese when I woke up, man. But this shit is, I don't want that shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I appreciate talking to you too. Well, I'll be on later, guys. I'm going to go get something to eat. If he's going to click out and stuff, man. I appreciate you. Jesus saves. I appreciate you, brother. I'll be on in like an hour and a half. If you want to click in, man, even if it's for a second, man, just to stop in. I have to go eat something too. It won't take me long to eat. I have to run a couple errands. But I'll be back on, and I appreciate you.